So, ladies and gents, I thought I'd do a short video just to, sort of put my thoughts into a topic which has come up quite often over the last 2 weeks, and that's whether or not we should be doing boycotts. Now, let me make a few things very clear. I fully understand why some people think that it's important for us to do boycotts of what they consider to be non-black businesses as a show of strength. But I'm curious as to what they expect to be the outcomes from such a boycott. You see, here's the thing. When you decide to do something like that, you have to have an objective in mind. It has to be more than just a gesture. It can't just be that you want to, rattle their cage for 24 hours. As I said in one of my posts, if I'm a shop owner, I'm a racist shop owner, and you organize to stop everybody in the village buying from me for 24 hours, but I know that the day after, you're all going to have to come back to me anyway, then look, that 24 hours is just a paid holiday for me. I'll lock my shop up, I'll chill, I'll relax. I know that the next day you're going to come. Typically, you're going to actually have to buy more than you would normally buy because you're going to have to make up for the day before. So for me, that boycott is of no consequence. It doesn't do anything. If you're going to do a boycott, you've got to do it right. And as I said again in another one of my posts, if you want to change history, you have to know history. And we have two examples of boycotts, one in the UK, one in the US, that was extremely effective. So much so that they're both documented in the history books. And we talk about the Bristol boycott of buses. Yeah? That wasn't for a day, it wasn't for a week, it was for 4 months. And the result was the employment of the very first non-white bus conductor. But these guys set out their mission, they knew what they wanted, they knew the outcome they wanted, and they stuck to their guns and they got it done. The other boycott I'd like to mention is the one that happened in the US, the Montgomery boycott. And I smile when I think about that one, because here in the UK, here we are making videos, hashtags about a one-day boycott. And I wonder if it's because we don't want to inconvenience ourselves. So, one day, we'll say we did something. The Montgomery Bus boycott in the US lasted 381 days. 381. It's estimated that they lost $3,000 back in the 1950s every single day. You do the math. That's 1.14 million US dollars that bus company lost. And God knows who else lost whatever else in missing revenue. That's how you boycott something. So if you're going to get up and say to me, oh, let's not spend a penny for a day, I have to question why you're doing it. Because as I said before, if you withdraw your custom from me for one day, it just has no effect. But there is something that does have an effect. And there is something that we can do sustained without denying ourselves of anything, without causing ourselves any inconvenience, that is more effective than a one-day boycott. And that is to support Black businesses. Make Black businesses your first port of call. Now be clear about what I'm saying. I'm not telling you to boycott the Asian man. I'm not telling you to boycott the white man. I am telling you to support the Black man. In other words, do exactly what the white man does. Do exactly what the Asian man does. They support their own. Now understand me, there are many examples because of systemic racism of businesses we don't have a foothold in yet. But I guarantee you, if we begin supporting the Black businesses that exist, young entrepreneurs will see a pathway to open up businesses in areas which we currently don't have businesses. Yeah? So maybe you can't get everything you want today from a Black business. But if you start to circulate the Black dollar among the businesses we do have, I guarantee you, before you know it, we will have businesses right across the spectrum, and you will be able to make a choice, not boycott. We can't get into this negative thing where we're thinking boycott, boycott. What we need to be doing is building our own. That way, our boycotts will have bite. And that's what we're lacking. We don't have bite. One day is not going to make anybody tremble. A week might. A year, definitely. But we already know, especially here in the UK, that we don't have the ability to do a full 360 boycott on something like, let's say, Sainsbury's or Tesco's. We don't have enough of a demographic. But if we build Black businesses, we will be able to do that. And I'll tell you a little secret. If we build Black businesses to a powerful resource, we won't even need to boycott anybody. You will see how the respect towards us changes when they know that we actually have a choice. Because right now, we don't have a choice. We can withhold our dollar for a day, but we're going to have to go back the next day or the day after. The reality of the matter is, it is that lack of choice that is the knee in our necks right now. We have to create that choice. We have to support businesses so they can grow and develop and branch out and become bigger and better and service us in a wider range of goods and services. But one last thing, speaking to the people who do decide to start businesses, please don't take our custom for granted. Yeah, that's not the sort of Black businesses we want. Because if you do start to act up and you start to give us businesses where you think, oh, well, I'm Black, so it must come, we won't. We won't buy from you. And not only won't we buy from you, we will be in the exact same place that we are today, wherein we end up having to go back to the reliable, though racist, organizations who just want our money. So when you decide to step up with a business, step up right. Give the customers the best level of customer service you can give. And look, I understand, as a business owner myself, I understand how difficult it is to compete day one with the big established names. But there's one thing that doesn't cost money, and that's polite, decent attitudes. Maybe your service is not as refined and as perfect as the long established businesses that we know. But what your business can do, you can give a smile, you can be polite, you can be decent, you can work on problems, you can take customer feedback, and you can react. Look, guys, it's really up to us. We can have a one-day boycott every 3-4 months as the need arises, and nothing will change. So if we're not doing this just for a gesture, then I suppose that we need to sit down and strategize. And right now, I'm open to suggestions. But the strategy I'm offering is, let's start to spend our money in our communities and build our businesses. That is the best thing we can do. That's it. That's all I wanted to talk about. While you're here on my channel, please like my channel, spread this video around if you've heard something that you really like, and comment below, because guess what? I don't think I know the solution to everything that I'm talking about. What I do know is that what we're doing now is not working. And we all know what the definition of insanity is. So I won't even repeat it. You guys have a good night. Thank you.